Did the lights just flicker? Or is that your phone gasping its last 2%? When the grid goes down and chaos kicks in, it's not just about candles and canned beans anymore. Imagine 90 days off the grid. No power, no Wi-Fi, no food delivery, just you, your gear, and whatever you prepped before the madness hit. Sounds intense. It is. But don't sweat it. We've got your back with the 8 must-have preps that'll turn your survival game from uh-oh to, I got this. Grab your bug-out bag or start one, and let's dive into the 8 essentials you'll need to survive 90 days with zero power. When the power goes out and the world flips into chaos mode, the very first thing that turns from comfort to crisis is your food situation. Your fridge, useless. Your microwave, a cold, dark box of disappointment. And your favorite food delivery app? Yeah, that's gone too. This is where having a long-term food supply isn't just smart, it's legendary. We're not talking about tossing a few ramen packs in a drawer and calling it a day. We mean building a stash of calorie-dense, shelf-stable food that keeps you going for a full 90 days without losing your mind or your muscles. Freeze-dried meals are the rock stars of emergency food. You literally just add water, hot if you've got it, cold if you don't, and bam, you've got beef stroganoff, scrambled eggs, or chili mac, like you're on a gourmet camping trip from the apocalypse. These meals are sealed tight, lightweight, and last up to 25 years. Which means if you buy a pack today, your future grandkids could technically eat it and still survive the zombie horde. They actually taste good too. We're not saying it's 5-star dining, but it's light years beyond chewing on cold beans in the dark. Speaking of basics, rice, pasta, and oats are your carb-carrying superheroes. They're cheap, easy to store, and incredibly versatile. Pasta can be turned into literally anything. Soup base, pasta salad, or straight-up survival. Mac and cheese. Oats are perfect for breakfast or even as a thickener in stews. And rice is a blank canvas for whatever canned magic you've got lying around. Pair rice with canned black beans and a few spices, and suddenly you're having a cozy meal while the world burns outside. Store these in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, and they can last for decades. Canned food is another must-have. Meats, beans, veggies, you name it. It's ready to eat right out of the can, which is crucial when cooking fuel is scarce or non-existent. Tuna, chicken, chili, mixed vegetables, these bring the protein, the nutrients, and the comfort. You might not realize it now, but after a week of emergency life, a can of sweet corn can taste like dessert. Plus, get the pull-tab versions if you want to avoid the ancient struggle of finding your can opener when it's dark, you're tired, and hangry is setting in. Let's talk about 2 unsung heroes of the survival pantry: peanut butter and powdered milk. Peanut butter is basically survival gold. It's got healthy fats, protein, and it tastes like joy in a jar. Just 1 spoonful can give you enough energy to keep moving when everything else is screaming nap time. Powdered milk, on the other hand, may not be glamorous, but it's ridiculously useful. It gives you calcium and protein, and it's a game changer when you're trying to make instant mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, or even just a splash of milk in your instant coffee or cereal. For those who want the no-brainer, just want to survive option, emergency food buckets are where it's at. These are pre-packed, stackable, sealed-type buckets filled with full meals that just need water. From fettuccine alfredo to cheesy potato soup, they're designed for long-term emergencies and maximum convenience. You don't have to measure, portion, or even think. Just follow the instructions and eat. Perfect for those moments when everything else is falling apart and you just want a hot meal and a shred of normalcy. Bottom line, long-term food preps are your foundation for survival. Without them, everything else gets harder. Thinking, moving, staying calm, even sleeping. Food keeps you alive, yes, but it also keeps you grounded. Now that your emergency pantry is stacked like a doomsday chef's dream, let's talk about something even more crucial than food. Here's the cold, dry truth. You can survive weeks without eating, but only a few days without water. And when the power goes out, that kitchen faucet you casually turn on for a drink becomes useless. You're officially off the water grid now, and the name of the game is hydration or devastation. You'll want to stash enough clean water to last at least 90 days. And here's the survival math: 1 gallon per person per day. That covers drinking, light cooking, and minimal cleaning. For a family of 4, that's 360 gallons. Sounds wild. It is. But don't panic. You don't need to fill a moat. Start with sturdy water storage barrels or jugs. 55-gallon drums are perfect if you have the space. Or you can go with multiple 5 to 7-gallon containers you can tuck away in closets or basement. Just remember, no one wants to be rationing water by the capful in week 3. Even if you stockpile water like a hydration hoarder, you'll still need a backup plan because barrels can run out, and rainwater or river water isn't exactly spa grade. That's where portable water filters come to the rescue. Pocket-sized purifiers are literal lifesavers. You can sip straight from a stream or fill a bottle from a sketchy puddle and let the filter work its magic, removing bacteria, parasites, and even microplastics. Plus, they're lightweight, don't need power, and work for hundreds of gallons. Translation: they turn you into your own walking water treatment plant. If you're more of a set-it-and-forget-it kind of prepper, water purification tablets or drops are your low-effort miracle workers. Just drop one into your questionable water source, wait the required time, and boom, safe to drink. These are great for bug-out bags or emergency backups when filters break, freeze, or go missing. Don't forget about how you're going to move that water. Collapsible water containers are clutch. They're easy to store, lightweight, and expand to hold multiple gallons. Great for collecting rainwater, hauling water from a source, or just having extra on hand when the situation turns dicey. Having food is great, but without water, that mac and cheese you stocked turns into dry sadness. So you've got food, you've got water, you're basically a well-fed, well-hydrated survival beast. But what happens when the sun goes down and your house turns into a haunted cave of silence and shadows? That's when it hits you. You need power, because no matter how off-grid and rugged you think you are, some things just have to stay charged. Flashlights, emergency radios, maybe even a CPAP machine, or that rechargeable fan keeping you from melting into a panic puddle. Enter your new best friend, the solar generator. This isn't your grandpa's noisy, gas-guzzling machine. We're talking sleek, quiet, sun-powered tech that lets you harness the almighty sun and turn it into usable electricity without fumes or fuel. These things can keep your devices powered for days and recharge every time the sun comes out to say hello. Plug in your phone, charge up lights, even power a mini fridge if you're fancy. It's like having your own personal power station in a box. If you're on a tighter budget or don't need to power your whole bunker, solar charging power banks are a total win. These compact devices soak up sunlight during the day and give you enough juice to charge your phone, tablet, or USB-powered gear at night. Some even come with built-in flashlights, multiple ports, or wireless charging. Stick one in your bug-out bag, and you'll be the MacGyver of mobile energy when everyone else is staring at dead screens. Of course, none of this tech magic works without the extras. Don't forget your cords, adapters, and rechargeable batteries. Because let's face it, the one time you really need your flashlight, it's going to have AAA batteries, and you'll only have AAs. Keep a little organizer bag with spare cords, adapters for USB-C, micro USB, Lightning, and a healthy stash of rechargeable batteries with a solar-powered charger. When it hits the fan, staying connected, even just to a radio for updates, could make the difference between surviving and thriving. Now that you've got the power to charge things, what about the power to actually see where you're going when it's pitch black and your house feels like the set of a horror movie? Welcome to the no-flip-switch lifestyle, where lighting isn't a luxury, it's survival. When the grid goes down for real, your cute little table lamp isn't doing squat. You'll need lighting solutions that don't rely on electricity or wishful thinking. While candles may feel all cozy and nostalgic, they're a fire hazard waiting to happen, not to mention the fact that they melt faster than your patience in a blackout. Solar lanterns are the unsung heroes of post-apocalyptic mood lighting. These lanterns charge during the day, hang just about anywhere, and give you soft but bright light that can last for hours. Some even go all night on a full charge. Many come with USB ports to charge your phone or radio too, which makes them multitasking champions. Plus, no fuel, no noise, no mess, just sunshine and good vibes. LED flashlights are bright, efficient, and miles better than those old-school flashlights that eat batteries like candy. A high-quality LED flashlight can light up your entire backyard or help you navigate broken terrain at night. Keep one in every room, your car, your go bag, and under your pillow like a true light warrior. Even better, pair it with rechargeable batteries and you've got a sustainable lighting setup for months. Let's talk about headlamps. If you've never worn one, trust us, it's a game changer. Hands-free lighting is a luxury in normal life and a lifesaver in a blackout. Cooking, fixing something, walking around after dark, even reading, a headlamp lets you do it all without juggling a flashlight in your teeth like a survivalist pirate. What if the sun's not out and batteries are drained? That's where crank-powered lights come in. You literally just crank them up by hand. No sunlight, no batteries, no nonsense. A couple of minutes of effort gives you enough light to get through whatever weird scenario the blackout throws at you. And don't overlook the humble glow stick. Sure, they're not lighting up a room, but they're amazing for signaling, marking paths, or giving kids or you a comforting glow at night. You've got food, water, power, and light. Nice. But now it's time to talk about the tools that keep it all running when the world decides to hit Control-Alt-Delete. Because when there's no power, no maintenance crew, and no online tutorials to fix what just broke, it's you versus everything, and you better come armed with more than duct tape and determination. Let's start with the Holy Grail, the multi-tool. If Batman had a utility belt for blackouts, it would just be one of these bad boys. One tool, endless options. You've got pliers, screwdrivers, blades, scissors, wire cutters, bottle openers, saws, sometimes even a mini file or ruler. Whether you need to fix a broken hinge, open a stubborn can, slice rope, or MacGyver your way out of some weird survival situation, a good multi-tool has your back and fits in your pocket. Don't sleep on the manual can opener. Seriously, this tiny tool is mission critical. You could have a pantry stacked with 200 cans of glorious food, but if you can't open them, you're just staring at metal frustration. Get a solid, easy turn manual one that won't jam or make you rage quit halfway through dinner prep. Let's talk about wood. Because when there's no gas, no heater, and no central anything, your axe or hatchet becomes the star of the show. You'll need it to chop firewood, clear fallen branches, maybe even build a shelter if things get extra wild. A quality hatchet can be used for cutting, smashing, even basic self-defense if it ever came to that. Finally, the hand crank radio. This little device is more powerful than it looks. It gives you access to emergency broadcasts, weather updates, and survival news, even when the rest of the world is off the air. Go for one that also charges devices via USB, has a built-in flashlight, and picks up NOAA alerts. Bonus points if it includes solar charging for those sunny days when cranking just isn't on your to-do list. Now let's dive into one of the less glamorous but absolutely vital parts of surviving without power: hygiene and sanitation. When the world goes dark, dirty, and inconvenient, staying clean can make or break your survival. And not just for the sake of feeling fresh, but because hygiene is key to keeping sickness and disease at bay. Wet wipes and hand sanitizer are your go-to when there's no running water or soap to be found. Think of wet wipes as your pocket-sized shower. Need to clean your hands after touching something gross? Boom. Face wiped down after a long day? You're good. And hand sanitizer, a few pumps of that magical liquid can give you that I'm not a walking Petri dish feeling. Stock up on both. They're worth their weight in gold. At some point, you'll need to deal with waste disposal. That's where trash bags come in. We're talking industrial strength bags. You'll need them for everything from collecting garbage to containing human waste when you don't have access to a toilet. When things get really real, you'll need a portable toilet or buckets with liners. Portable toilets aren't just for camping. They're essential when there's no flushing and you want to avoid creating a biohazard in your own backyard. For feminine hygiene, stock up on pads, tampons, menstrual cups, or whatever your go-to product is. Consider getting extra items like reusable cloth pads or even a portable bidet for a more sustainable, hygienic option. And don't forget the basics: toothpaste, toothbrushes, soap, and all those little personal hygiene items that are crucial for maintaining your health. There are plenty of waterless soaps out there, and dry shampoo is your best friend when you can't shampoo for a while. When the power goes out and the cold sets in, survival isn't just about staying alive, it's about staying warm. Emergency Mylar blankets are lifesavers, reflecting 90% of your body heat, and they're lightweight, compact, and affordable. A cold weather sleeping bag is essential for sleeping outdoors or in freezing conditions. Get one rated for at least 20 degrees below to ensure warmth, especially when paired with an emergency blanket. For shelter, tents and tarps are your go-to. Tents create windproof insulated spaces, while tarps can be used to build emergency shelters or protect supplies. Hand and foot warmers are magic for keeping your extremities toasty for hours. Finally, pack extra clothes and waterproof gear. Layer up with thermal shirts, fleece jackets, insulated pants, and hats. Waterproof gear is crucial because staying dry keeps you warm, while wet clothes can lead to hypothermia. When the power goes out and help isn't coming, you need to be your own medic. A fully stocked first aid kit is non-negotiable. Make sure it includes bandages, antiseptic wipes, gauze, medical tape, pain relievers, burn creams, and scissors. You'll also want over-the-counter meds like pain relievers, antihistamines, and anti-diarrheal for immediate relief. Don't forget your prescription medications. Stock up if you can. Insulin, blood pressure meds, or whatever else you rely on. It's crucial to have extra in case access to pharmacies is cut off. Along with the supplies, keep an emergency first aid guide on hand. Whether it's a printed book or an offline app, having instructions for CPR, treating injuries, and handling emergencies will be invaluable when you're on your own. With these items in your kit, you'll be ready to handle minor injuries or medical issues. Because when it's up to you, preparedness is key. Stay prepared, stay safe, and may your gear always be packed and ready for action.